Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. So I welcome you all to your English class, and today we'll do chapter number 1 of your Honeysuckle book, and the name of the chapter is Who Did Patrick's Homework by Carol Moore. But before reading this chapter, I would like to ask you few questions. Do you all like doing homework? And do you do it yourself or do you get help? What homework do you usually have? Do let me know about the answers of these questions through the comment section below. Basically, this is a story of a boy named Patrick who hated doing his homework. And one day he met a person who helped him in doing his homework. But gradually he learned to do his homework himself with the help of that person. So, to find out about that person who taught Patrick to do his homework and how he taught Patrick to do his homework, let's start reading this interesting story. So, look at the paragraph number 1. Patrick never did homework. Too boring, he said. He played hockey and basketball and Nintendo instead. His teachers told him, Patrick, do your homework or you won't learn a thing. And it was true. Sometimes he did feel like an ignoramus. But what could he do? He hated homework. So here the word Nintendo means a video game. The word instead means in place of someone or something else. And the word ignoramus means an ignorant person who lacks education. So this paragraph tells us that there was a boy who never did his homework because he found it very boring. And in place of doing his homework, he used to play hockey, basketball, and Nintendo. His teachers also used to warn him to do his homework, otherwise, he won't learn a thing. In fact, sometimes he used to feel like an ignorant person who was completely helpless in this regard. Actually, he had no interest in studies and homework. Now, look at the paragraph number 2. Then one day he found his cat playing with a little doll and he grabbed it away. To his surprise, it wasn't a doll at all, but a man of the tiniest size. He had a little wool shirt with old-fashioned breeches and a high tall hat much like a witch's. He yelled, Save me! Don't give me back to that cat. I'll grant you a wish. I promise you that. So here the word grabbed means snatched, the word tiniest means very small, the word breeches means short trousers. The word witch means a woman who is believed to have magical powers and who uses them to harm or help other people, usually an unpleasant and ugly woman. And the word yelled means shouted. So one day Patrick found his cat playing with a little doll and he snatched it away. And he was totally surprised to see that it wasn't a doll but a man of a very small size. And that man was wearing a wool shirt with old-fashioned trousers and a high tall hat which made him look like a witch. And that man cried and requested Patrick to save him from that cat and not to send him back because he was very afraid of that cat. And in return, that man promised Patrick to fulfill his wish. Now look at the next paragraph. Patrick couldn't believe how lucky he was. Here was the answer to all his problems. So he said, only if you do all my homework till the end of the semester, that's 35 days. If you do a good enough job, I could even get A's. So here the word problems means difficulties and the word semester means a half or quarter term in school or university. So when that man told Patrick to fulfill his wish, Patrick thought himself to be very lucky. Actually, he found a solution to all his problems through that tiny man. So he asked that tiny man if he could do his homework till the end of the semester, that is a period of 35 days, to help him score A grade. And even Patrick was thinking that with the help of that little man, he can improve his grades. So now look at the paragraph number 4. The little man's face wrinkled like a dishcloth thrown in the hamper. He kicked his legs and doubled his fists, and he grimaced and scowled and pursed his lips. Oh, am I cursed? But I'll do it. So here the word wrinkle means a slight line or fold in something, especially fabric or the skin of the face. The word dishcloth means a cloth used for washing dishes. The word hamper means a basket with a lid. The phrase kicked his legs means moved his legs quickly and repeatedly. The phrase doubled his fists means bent his fingers tightly. And the words grimaced, scowled, pursed his lips means the expressions showing disgust, anger, and disapproval. And the word cursed means ill fated. So when that little man heard that he had to do Patrick's homework, his face gave a rough look just like a cloth lying in the basket. And he even showed his disapproval for the work by kicking his legs, by bending his fingers tightly, and making unhappy faces. He asked if he was that cursed or that ill fated or unlucky to do that task, but he promised to do that work, so he had to do Patrick's homework. So now look at the paragraph number 5. And true to his word, that little elf began to do Patrick's homework. Except there was one glitch. The elf didn't always know what to do and he needed help. Help me, he would say. And Patrick would have to help in whatever way. I don't know this word, the elf squeaked while reading Patrick's homework. Get me a dictionary. No, what's even better? Look up the word and sound it out by each letter. So here the phrase true to his word means keeping a sincere promise. Actually, when you are true to your words, you do what you say you will do. Okay? The word except means but or other than. The word glitch means a problem or a fault. And the word squeak means made a high pitched sound or cry. So, keeping his promise, that tiny man or that tiny elf started doing Patrick's homework. But there was one problem, that he needed help of Patrick because he did not know everything. So in that case, Patrick had to help that tiny man. Sometimes while reading Patrick's homework, that tiny man would say crying aloud that he doesn't know the meaning of that particular word. So he asked Patrick to give him a dictionary or something that can help him to identify the sound of each letter as well as that word. Now look at the paragraph number 6. When it came to maths, Patrick was out of luck. What are timetables? The elf shrieked. We elves never need that. And addition and subtraction and division and fractions. Here, sit down beside me. You simply must guide me. Elves know nothing of human history. To them, it's a mystery. So the little elf, already a shouter, just got louder. Go to the library. I need books, more and more books, and you can help me read them too. So here the word shriek means gave a short high-pitched cry. The word beside means by the side of or next to, and the word mystery means something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. So the elf knew nothing of maths. All the concepts of maths were completely strange for him. And even Patrick was out of luck in maths. Out of luck means he was also unlucky in maths. He also did not know much about maths. That tiny man explained that elves never needed mathematical concepts like addition, subtraction, division, and fractions. So Patrick had to sit next to him to guide him. And that tiny man even did not know anything of human history. It was like a mystery for him, means it was very difficult for him to understand that. Thus he shouted at Patrick to visit the library and get him more books and help him to read those books as well. Look at the next paragraph now. As a matter of fact, every day in every way, that little elf was a nag. Patrick was working harder than ever, and was it a drag. He was staying up nights, had never felt so weary, was going to school with his eyes puffed and bleary. So here the phrase as a matter of fact means in reality. The word nag means one who troubles someone all the time by complaining or asking them to do something. The word drag means something dull and uninteresting. The phrase staying up nights means remaining awake late into the night. The word weary means tired. The word puffed means swollen. And the word bleary means looking or feeling dull from sleep or tiredness. So, in reality, that tiny man was either troubling, complaining, or asking Patrick to do something or the other all the time. Patrick was not able to sleep and was awake for nights together. And Patrick had never felt so tired before because actually he never worked hard before. And he was going to school with his swollen and dull looking eyes. So, now look at the paragraph number 8. Finally, the last day of school arrived, and the elf was free to go. As for homework, there was no more, so he quietly and slyly slipped out the back door. So, here the word slyly means secretively. So, finally, it was the last day of the school, and the elf was free to go as there was no more homework to do. So, without speaking anything, in a secretive manner, he moved out from the back door. Look at the paragraph number 9. Patrick got his A's. His classmates were amazed. His teachers smiled and were full of praise. And his parents, they wondered what had happened to Patrick. He was now the model kid. Cleaned his room, did his chores, was cheerful, never rude, like he had developed a whole new attitude. So, here the word amazed means surprised, the word chores means work that must be done every day, often boring. The word cheerful means happy, the word rude means bad mannered, and the word attitude means a feeling about someone or something. So finally, Patrick scored A grades in all the subjects. His classmates were very surprised, and his teachers were full of praise. Full of praise means full of appreciation. Everyone appreciated him, and parents were trying to know what made him so perfect, what had happened to him. Actually, he became an example child to other students and other children because he cleaned his room himself, did all his work, became a happy child who was never rude, and developed a new attitude towards life. Means his behavior towards life, towards parents, towards teachers, and above all towards studies changed completely. Actually, he was not that Patrick who hated doing his homework. Now he started doing his homework and he loved doing his homework, in fact. Now look at the last paragraph. You see, in the end, Patrick still thought he would make that tiny man do all his homework. But I'll share a secret just between you and me. It wasn't the elf. Patrick had done it himself. So, in the end, the writer told us that it was not the elf who did Patrick's homework. Actually, it was Patrick himself who did his homework. The elf just motivated him to do everything. All right. So, this was all about the story, and I hope you have enjoyed reading this. So, this is all for today, and we'll meet once again in a new video with a new topic. Till then, take care, all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you so much for watching.